Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are in Qeynos and we are going to work on the Barbarian ring questline. Now the Barbarians are a neutral race, so we will be following up next episode with the Freeport Barbarian story. This is Braylene and she is a conjurer. Her assistant is Rock. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, this quest begins down in Qeynos Harbor, and the Barbarian mentor is right here before you go to the bank area up there. And he is standing right here. His name is Guild Stonebreaker. Oh there, young'un. I can see in your eye that you're set on barging right back into Gravestone Yard, but I mean to stop ya. What do you mean, back into? I haven't visited Gravestone recently. Oh, well, my apologies. I assume you'd taken after the untamed last like all the other youngsters in Gravestone. But there's more metal than that to ya, isn't there? Well, who is this untamed lass, sir? And what's happening in Gravestone Yard? As you know, shows of strength have always been a proud part of our culture, and no healthy man or woman would turn down a good rumble. But since Marwith's begun preaching, things have changed. Folks can't seem to help fighting, and it's become, well, mean. Oh, well, isn't fighting always mean? Oh, come now. You were raised same as I. As young sons and daughters of Nathaniel and Erlosimar, we're honor-bound to control our strength. We weren't blessed with such might to hurt folks needlessly. A lively brawl's one thing, but the fights are escalating. Oh, well, how can I help? It appears the guards have sealed the doors. Yeah, you are yet unswayed by Marwith, and have the constitution to rival a mammoth. Those that have been able to resist her sermons are few, and the strength of the youth has long since left them. I will inform the guards that they are to unlock the gate for you. But once inside, you must immediately seek the remaining elders. Okay, where are they hiding out? Well, they should still be within a barricaded building just down the street from the gates here. They will admit you inside once you prove to them that you do not wish to fight. And please, be wary of any you encounter out in the streets. Dwarf and barbarian alike have been afflicted with the burning blood, and they may attack you. Please, do not mortally wound them. They must be shown the folly of this course. All right, well, I'll find a way to subdue them without bloodshed, but I can't be held responsible for any accidental deaths if I'm attacked. Alright, so now we have to go in here. What we want to do is find the elders. Now the elders are supposed to be in this building over here in the corner, so we're going to make our way there. And we will have to attack things along the way. Alright, straight ahead of us is the building that they're supposed to be in. Oh! Now that happens a lot in here. You can get thrown around by the whatever is being tossed about. I was not attempting to go this direction. I really love the Barbarian heritage armor. You can get that on the marketplace if you're interested in that. I know, because I looked it up. Okay, let's see. I have to find the door to this place. Here. They weren't in the tavern. Okay. That does seem obvious. Okay, so now we have to search the upper floors of the inn. The inn is going to be this room right in front of us, I believe. So we just need to get in here. It's easier said than done, because when you're coming up these stairs, sometimes you can get thrown like that, which causes aggro. This is a very combat heavy zone, and this is one of the main reasons why it's difficult to avoid. But that's fine, I don't mind. They seem to die quick enough. Alright, let's see if they're in here. Now they're supposed to be in the upper floors, which means we need to clear this out first. Oh, sweet, I got a mage shield buff. Take it. Okay, I think no stairs on that side, so we need to go this way. Doesn't sound like they're upstairs. Sounds like there's all kinds of fighting going on. Oh, sweet. Let's hope it's a nice upgrade. Oh, Crystal Blast. We'll take it. Alright, so they're not up here either. So now we have to search the bank building at the southwest corner of the town. So let's get out of here. And it's going to be across the way over there. Oh, the door's barred from the inside. Perhaps there's another way? Is there a back door? There is this door, but it's barred. Shh! Someone's outside. Be quiet. Think, lads. If it were someone with the burning blood, would they have taken the time to knock? Gavin's right. Maybe we should see what they want. Fine. Oi, who goes there? Oh, it's Braylene. Guild Stonebreaker sent me to assist you. Well, it's too late now. Come in quickly, Braylene. We'll unbar the door around the side. Okay. And I am quite large for some reason. I don't know if I gotta fit through the door. There we go. Whew. Okay. Looks safe in here for the moment. We need to speak to Gavin. Hello, Gavin.
Good day to you.
You're a brave one, Braylene, and strong by the look of it. But strength and an overabundance of bravery is the cause of our current troubles. Did Guild tell you what's been happening? Well, he told me a little bit. He made some mention of a priestess encouraging citizens to fight. Ah, she no priestess. Marweth has ever been a warrior and one of the best. She has never been defeated in battle. An admirable quality in our race, but
well met.
It has made her reckless and wanton. We thought to cure it. Is it really your business to cure someone just because she's a free spirit? We're a wild race by nature, Braylene. It's a trait that allows us to thrive in our ancestral winterlands, but as part of the greater society of Qeynos, we have to exercise wisdom and temperance. Marweth grew up with no love for civilized life, so we urged her to take up adventuring, a solution that should have been beneficial to both her and us. Well, that sounds reasonable. She wouldn't listen. Oh, she did, and for a while all seemed well. She found a band of like-minded folk that sought out battles wherever they could. She was among the first to ship out to the wilds of Qeynos, and led her own expedition into the icy heart of Velius. Always she came back to Qeynos with great tales of her exploits, and all seemed well. I feel a butt is approaching, and I apologize for my size. This keeps happening since I got in this place, not quite sure why. Well, indeed. I noticed that. But anyway, her most recent expedition took her to a place no mortal has business in. She and her companions ventured into the very plain of war itself. What she did or saw there, I cannot say, but it did not leave her. When she returned to Qeynos, she was afire with the teachings of Ralos and his kin. She began urging her brethren to not deny their inner fires, and her preaching caught on. I see. Ralos Zek, the god of war? Aren't those teachings forbidden in Qeynos? They are, though Marweth has cleverly disguised her speeches as returning the barbarian people to their proud roots. It's a perversion of our history, and is erasing decades of work spent breaking the public perception that we are mindless brutes. Someone must get through to Marweth and show her the harm she does. Oh, well, you are the elders. She should respect your counsel above mine. It is not wisdom she respects, but strength. I am loath to risk your life and support, Braylene, but someone must attempt to reach her and steer her from this path. Our people do nothing but fight, and even the dwarves have become overly taken with her. Something's just not right. All right, well, my will is strong, but as you can see, I don't wear much armor and such. But I will speak to her on your behalf. Well, speaking alone will not sway Marweth. If you can give her a good fight, earn her respect, then maybe you can convince her of the destruction she's setting upon her people. Well, not just a good fight, sir. I will try to best her. Well, I hope for your sake you're right. Please go easy on those who attack you in the street. I can't excuse their actions, but they do not deserve death. All right, I'll be careful. What is this? Empowerment of rage. Oh, it increases crit chance, multi-attack. Oh. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing if I'm not using it against our people. So now we have to find Marwith near the dock. And the dock is over this direction. Now these guys are gray to me now. This is just too much. We need to escape. Oh my god, I hit this woman.
What?
I assaulted an innocent citizen. What's going on? Oh no, this isn't good. Oh, this is just too much fighting. We need to escape. Oh god, I did it again.
I'm confused.
What's happening? It's whenever I'm getting large that I do that. And there's Marwyn. Halt! What business have you here? Well, my business is not with you, sir. My business is for Marwith alone. Huh. And you thought you'd just stroll up and have a chat, did you? Well, let's see what you're made of. Well, that's what it takes. There she is. Yes, let the rage ignite your blood, sister. Marwith, I have no wish to fight. I must speak with you in private. You're here to tell me that I'm in violation of Qeynos law and that my actions harm my people, are you not? The old men have already assaulted my ears with their useless prattle. They simply cannot see our people's true destiny. You preach the word of a forbidden god and have caused nothing but chaos. You believe that is our destiny? I preach nothing forbidden, newcomer. Last I checked, it was my civil right to speak what was on my mind. I have merely brought word of other gods to my people, and let them decide how to react. I have no love for Ralos in any event. It is his daughter, Sulan, who fuels my passion, and like myself, many are taken with her, and fill their blood with her fire. You would deny them of that choice? Well, your words have twisted their minds. They cannot all have converted so easily. Heh. Marwith refused to fight me, but she sent her minions on me. So, see what we can do here. It says no eligible target. Okay, so that reset. Alright, so they were just going to beat me up regardless of what I did or didn't do. Let's go back in here and speak to the elders. Gavin, that did not go well.
Good day to you.
You look a bit shook up, Raleen. Did you get through to her? No. She's beyond reason. However, I did discover something that could help us. Oh? What might that be? I don't have time to get into the details, but I need to destroy an artifact of Marwith's. Destroying it seems an easy enough solution, Raleen. Well, stay your emotions a moment. Think. What will happen if she does that? Well, I suppose it could be unwise. More rage might be unleashed in all of Qeynos. In fact, it's likely our hero here could not even damage such an object. Perhaps if it were touched by an opposing power. The monks in Eldar Grove could bestow the blessing of Qeynos on Braylene's weapons. Well, that sounds simple. Do you think it would work? Well, sometimes simple plans are the best ones. I believe it will. Still, there's not much time. Speak with Master Ruha and inform him of the situation here. followers of Qeynos are not usually our greatest allies, but I believe this news of Sulan's rage will convince him to bestow a blessing upon you. Okay, I'll seek him out. So now we have our ring quest. Alright, let's get out of here. Yes, we have to go over to Eldar Grove.
No waiting around! Get out there!
And since we have to speak to one of the monks, we're going to take the bell here in the harbor. That'll get us right next to the
It's
dojo.
been so long since I've had one of my wife.
Alright, Ruha's over here. Excuse me, Master. I don't mean to intrude, but I need to speak with you, please. I sense great rage in you, young one. Be at peace. Well, I'm trying. I'm really trying. I have quite the dilemma, sir, and I need your help. Really? My order does not see many of our kind. This is not to say that barbarians are physically or mentally incapable of following the path of the tranquil, but there is a wildness born into us that is not easily quelled. Tell me, what is it you seek? Well, a reckless girl has brought an artifact of war back to our district in Greystone Yard. It has incited a great amount of fighting. Oh, I fear those effects will be difficult to reverse. It would take me some time to draw the violence out of those afflicted, and even if I did, they would lapse instantly in the artifact's presence. It must be destroyed. Well, that's our plan. However, the elders are afraid that destroying it might release a much more violent wave of rage. Ah, so they wisely sent you here to receive the Tranquil's blessing, that she might protect our people from such a backlash. I cannot say for certain if it'll work, but I will lend you what divine influence I have. Now focus, and let all the fear and hatred drain from your body. I am at peace. It is done. Now, act as an instrument of Qeynos herself. While my order strives to commit no violence, we recognize the need for self-defense. Do what you must to protect our people, Brilline, but exercise restraint in harming others too greatly. I would like to ask you a little bit more about Marweth. I am strong, sir, but I am unsure what to expect from her. Do you have any advice? Your main objective is to destroy this relic she protects. From what you have described, it is lending her its power, so you will need to lead her away from it. She will be far too powerful to fight in close proximity. Once away, you should try to disable her. Then run in and smash the artifact with the power of Qeynos. It's likely this is going to lend her a new burst of strength, so you may have to repeat this process several times. Well, if the artifact has lent her power, how can I hope to disable her? Well, it's true that she will be strong beyond compare, but as with all power born of rage, it will lack control. Her attacks will be brutal but reckless, and should be easy to avoid if you retain your calm. Wait for her telling strike, and simply step out of its path before re-engaging. You should be able to land several blows in the time it takes her to build up strength for one. All right, that's helpful to know. I will try to be quick. All right. So now we have to go back. Now the instance has been reset, and since we're level 6, everything is going to again be aggro to us. So, just have to be aware of that.
It's been so long since I've had one of my wife's.
Here we go. Now you may notice that all of these mobs I'm fighting, they're not actually dying, so they're not dropping any loot per se. Once in a great while I've killed one, they dropped a chest, but usually they just go unconscious. Okay, we do want to clear out everybody in this dock area in the back here, because this is where I'm going to try to pull her to fight. Now that artifact straight ahead is what we're trying to destroy, and you can see now that I can click on it. And the plan is to, once she's disabled, to come over and hit this again, and just keep doing that as many times as it takes. Okay. Alright, I want her back here. Come back here. Okay, that means she's incapacitated, and that's when we want to come back and hit this relic. And that's going to give her power, and we want to do it again. So we want to keep her back here. There she goes. I'll do it again. Okay. There she comes. She's getting up again. Oh! Not good. She does a lot of damage when she does that. Okay, she's down again. Okay, it's going to bless her again. Okay, she's down again. Ah. Can't afford to let her get me again. There she goes. I destroyed it. No! How could you? So, this is defeat. I do not like the feel, nor the taste of blood in my mouth. No one can remain undefeated forever, Marwith. This is a lesson you needed. What was it? This does not discourage me from my path, Berlin. Well, you are allowed that choice, Marwith, but you may no longer claim Qeynos as your home. You are henceforth banished. Oh, it's just as well. I have lost the ear of the people here, and their general squeamishness repulses me. See how quickly they revert to their subservient ways? Well, then by the tidings of Qeynos, go, and do not return. It looks like there's still fighting going on, but let's go in and speak to the elders again. It is done.
Hello?
Oh, the oppressive feel of hatred in the air is already dissipating. The artifact is no more, and it looks like the fighting is dying off as well. Our brothers and sisters awake as if in a dream. Yet it may take them some time to fully shake the effects of such prolonged exposure to that cursed brazier. Show them that a barbarian may possess strength and temperance. Well, I shall continue to serve as an example for them. Well, my thanks to you, Barbarian. Our wisdom alone could not have effected such an outcome. Your strength and resolution were paramount. I will never falter where my people are concerned. There we go. We got our ring. Well, they'll always remember that. Good luck on your travels, Barbarian. And you. Alright, let's leave this place. It does seem a little quieter. It would appear to be some snowflakes and ice spikes. Interesting. Well, everybody, thank you for joining me today. Please give a like if you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.